What's going on, everybody? I meant to do this sooner, but I actually wanted to eat. So, I also had laundry to do, so that laundry's in the dryer. I already finished eating. So, just know that this was supposed to go up sooner, but it didn't. Let me see if I can. Whoa, okay. I don't know how that looks. I think that looks stupid. Yeah. I probably should have done that earlier, before I started recording, but I'm unprofessional. So anyway, let's go. So I wanted to give my opinion on the stuff that's been leaked by Coro. So we're gonna go to Cerebi. Whenever it wants to load, but okay. So Cerebi. And I think I'm going to add music to this because without music this just sounds so boring just listening to my dull voice. But yes, here it is. The Zygarde Core, Zygarde Cell, Zygarde 10% form, and Zygarde Complete form. This is what I want to talk about. I don't know how to go further into this, like to find the leaked pictures. I probably should have... here they are. The first images from Coro have leaked and have revealed some further details about Zygarde. Zygardes can take many forms. Normal Zygarde, which is the Zygarde that we know, the one that we caught in X and Y, is at 50% and is called Zygarde 50% form. Duh. The dog-like form is when it is at 10% and is called Zygarde 10% form. It has sharp teeth and speed. So that makes me think it's not going to be Aura Break. That makes me think it's going to have like Tough Jaw or something. Tough Jaw, Quick Feet, something like that. The Blob is the cell or Zygarde Core and becomes the brain of every form. The flat form is called Zygarde Cell. New large form is called Zygarde Perfect form and retains its Dragon Ground type. It is the order Pokemon and is 4.5 meters tall and 610 kilograms and is said to exceed Xerneas and Yveltal in power. The new anime series called Pokemon X, Y, and Z is to come with a Mega Evolution Act 4 starting on October 29th. It also reveals a new look for Greninja, labeling it Ash Greninja. The magazine mentions that it looks sort of like Ash's clothes. Edit at 1026 created a temporary new Pokemon form page for these Pokemon. The page will be updated as further information comes and shifted to the game section of the first game involving these forms when it's announced. So this picture right here reveals Ash Greninja or Satoshi Greninja. Even these right here, they look like Ash's hair. And apparently he's supposed to be like copying his clothes. I think that's what it said. Mentions that it sort of looks like Ash's clothes. Not only does it kind of look like Ash's clothes, but the hair too resembles Ash. So I'm wondering why it did this. I'm wondering why. Because this is the first Greninja we've ever seen like this. So I'm curious as to why it's done this. And up here you can see Bonnie holding the Zygarde Cell, Zygarde Core. Then there's the dog, and there's 100% form. Then here's the Act 4. And Lysander is going to be in Pokemon X, Y, and Z. So that means that there is going to be a Pokemon Z. We just don't know when. It might happen next year. But I'm still sticking with my theory of next year is going to be a new generation. And then the year after that will be going back to Pokemon Z. But this seems to all but confirm that there is going to be a Pokemon Z game. Which more than likely will happen next year. Let's see. There's also Mega Charizard, but I don't know if that's in the special. I think that's in the special. But here you can see Sceptile, Noivern, Talonflame, Greninja, Pikachu, Hawlucha. So pretty much Ash has a fully evolved team. And looks like Sceptile's going to be his Mega. which I guess is pretty cool. This dog form looks pretty cool too. I like it. It's probably extremely weak because normal Zygarde is crap. Is not that good. So 10% has to be worse than that. Of course it has to be. Here's the leak. Here's what Zygarde perfect form looks like. Here's 10% and here's 50%. Satoshi Greninja. And I noticed something, how there's red and blue, and then there's like green in the middle. Like, so this is obviously Zygarde, because like obviously 100% without a doubt that's Zygarde. No doubt about that. I don't know why I said that, but it looks like Zygarde's cell. Okay, I'm going to get back to this. But Zygarde's cell, this is the brain. This is Zygarde core, which is this. So this is like 0% or something. And then this cell becomes these, and this is still the brain of it. And then you add more cells and it becomes this, with this still as the brain. And then you add all of the cells and it becomes perfect form. So this little blob right here, this has to be the real Zygarde, because that's Zygarde core and it becomes the brain of the entire thing. So that's the real Zygarde right there. Now back to this. There's blue and red on here, which is the signature colors for Xerneas and Yveltal. Yveltal is red, Xerneas being blue, and then Zygarde is green in the middle. And I noticed that he looks like a Gundam, which is pretty cool. It reminds me of my all-time favorite anime, Gurren Lagann. So I think I'm going to name him Gurren, or Gurren Lagann. Like, if I ever get it, which more than likely I will because I'm a Pokemon master. I'm going to name him Gurren Lagann. And I noticed that he has the tail from here. He has the tail from here, and he remains ground dragon. So this is probably going to be if I had to take a guess, because it says that perfect form remains ground dragon. So does 10% form? He doesn't look like a dragon, so I think he would either be, let's see, I'm going to say the dog form is going to be pure ground. The dog form is pure ground, and then he becomes ground dragon, and he stays a ground dragon in his perfect form. That's what I'm saying. The dog form is going to be pure ground because it retains dragon ground in its perfect form. So yeah, that all but confirms a Pokemon Z. And remember, I wanted to show something else, but I completely forgot what it was, so I'm just going to forget about that. So, Ash Greninja, or Satoshi Gakuga, is an alternate form of Greninja that was showcased in the poster for the anime Pokemon X, Y, and Z in the Koro issue released on September 15, 2015. It is said it resembles its trainer Ash and his clothing. It also describes Ash Greninja as the form that Greninja takes when the bond between it and Ash is raised to the limit. The strength of their bond changes Greninja's appearance, and it takes on a characteristic look of Ash's attire. This phenomenon is also said to have happened just once several hundred years ago in the Kalos region, but it remains shrouded in mystery. So of course, Ash has to have that, since he's the main character. Like, he had the same aura as Riley. So somehow Ash is related to, I want to say, AZ, because wasn't it several hundred years ago that the war in Kalos wasn't it 300 years or something? So Ash is somehow related to AZ because it's only happened once, and the only person I can think of is AZ, unless they cover that in the Pokemon X, Y, and Z anime, and it's not AZ. But for now, I'm going to think that it's AZ because Ash had the same aura as Riley, and now the same thing is happening to him. That's something happened several hundred years ago with the Greninja becoming like the trainer. I wonder if there's going to be like a special event Greninja where you'll be able to get it once the anime comes out. And look at that. I didn't notice this, but That even looks like his hat. This right here looks like Ash's hat, kind of. Yeah, that looks like his hair. That looks like his hat. Yeah. Okay, I didn't notice that from the picture before. Zygarde's cell was the first seen in the trailer for the Mega Evolution Act 4 before being properly revealed in the Coro issue released on September 15, 2015. If it merges with Zygarde Core, it becomes the brain of further Zygarde complete forms. The stage has been identified as a single cell that makes up Zygarde. Cells do not possess any will or thought process. They are found scattered throughout the region. Since they can't use any moves, researchers question whether they can even be called Pokemon. It's a cell. It's like Duosion, Solosis, the third one. But, so is that the real Zygarde? Because if it merges with it, it becomes the brain of the further Zygarde complete form. Zygarde Core was first seen in the trailer for the 2016 Pokemon movie at the end of the movie, Hoopa and the Clash of Ages, on July 18, 2015. It was then revealed in the following Coro to be in the anime special Mega Evolution Act 4. It was finally properly revealed in the Coro. If it merges with multiple Zygarde cell, it becomes the brain of further Zygarde complete forms. At this stage, the aspect of Zygarde is little more than a part of the Pokemon's brain. Unlike the cells, the cores are self-aware and can communicate with cells and other cores via telepathy. When the change occurs in the local region's ecosystem, cores have been known to take action. Okay, so both of those make up the brain, so both of those are the real Zygarde then, right? And when something bad happens, these cores take action and make up Zygarde. Like with Xerneas or Yveltal being released again, or the 300 years ago war. 10% form was revealed in the Coro, set to be a major player in the upcoming arc of the anime. It is one of Zygarde's complete forms. 10% is the form that the Zygarde core takes when it gathers 10% of the cells nearby. Capable of traveling over 60 miles an hour, it defeats enemies with sharp fangs and incredible speed. So like I said, I think it's either going to have like something like Quick Feet or Tough Jaw. Tough Jaw? Is that what it's called? I think it's Tough Jaw. Or is it Strong Jaw? Fuck! Hold on. It is Strong Jaw. I kept saying Tough Jaw, but it's Strong Jaw. Okay. Strong Jaw. It's going to have Strong Jaw or like Quick Feet or something. And then Zygarde Complete Form, or Zygarde Perfect Form, which remains Dragon Ground, was first seen in the trailer for the 2016 movie, for the 2016 Pokemon movie at the end of the movie. It was then revealed to be in the anime special Mega Evolution Act 4. It was finally properly revealed in the Coro. This is the perfect form that Zygarde takes when the cores gather 100% of the cells. When the ecosystem is under threat and the cores conclude that the 50% form will be unable to deal with it, the core takes on the complete form. The power is said to be greater than the legendary Pokemon of Xerneas and Yveltal. So he looks pretty cool. He's a Gundam, of course. And I guess 50% core, 50% form was able to handle it perfectly fine. So is there going to be like a 75% form? Or like something between the 50 and the 100%? I feel like they should do that. Like, maybe that hasn't been released yet, but this was the silhouette in that Coro. Not Coro, what was it? I think it was a Coro. This was a silhouette that we had no idea what it looked like. But now we have an idea what it looks like. We have the utmost idea of what it looks like. But this is pretty cool. Like, this pretty much all but confirms that there's going to be a Pokemon Z game. And it might be coming up next year. They might announce it in February, and it might come out in, like, November or something. But, yeah. I want to know if this Greninja is going to be, like, event only. You can only get this Greninja via event when the X, Y, and Z anime come out. I feel like that's what they're going to do with that Greninja. An Ash Greninja. I don't know. And then these two make up the real Zygarde, the Zygarde brain, which is behind it all. That's an awesome dog form, and then there's the Gundam. So, right now I'm just repeating myself. But that's what I think. All but confirms the Pokemon Z. And I think there's going to be a Greninja event. Or there's going to be something in the Pokemon Z game that lets you get it. Anyway, that's all the time I have now. I meant to record this way sooner than I did. Like I said, I needed to do the laundry. I needed to eat. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'm so unprofessional. But anyway, thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next video that should be up tomorrow. I need to record some Pokemon TCG too. Alright, see ya.